topic is how hormone regulating the calcium metabolism. As all we know, the calcium is an important mineral for life. It has several functions. That means it is one of the building material for the bone formation. In addition to this function, this calcium have many other function. Sometimes the calcium is essential for the activation of some enzymes like a lipase, succinate dehydrogenase, etc. The calcium is an important element in the blood clotting process. The calcium is essential for the transmission of nerve impulse. Then it is also essential for the muscle contraction, and this calcium that reduce the neuromuscular excitability, thereby it provides the membrane stability. This calcium is also essential for the release of hormones like vasopressin, calcitonin and insulin. Here these all are the function of the calcium. Here there is a calcium metabolism involved. Here the calcium 30 to 80% of the calciums are absorbed from the small intestine in the presence of the dihydrocholecalciferol or calcitrol, that is the active form of the vitamin D. In the presence of vitamin D, calcium absorption is more in the small intestine. So here the calcium, most of the calciums are excreted through the urine. Here these calciums are reabsorbed from the tubules of kidneys. Some of the calcium may be excreted through the feces, maybe sweat, breast milk. This is the way the calcium is excreted. The many hormones that influence the plasma level of a calcium. That means the normal plasma level of calcium is usually 9 to 11 milligram per deciliter. That constant range is maintained by the hormones. There are three important hormones that associated with the calcium metabolism. There is a paratha hormone that is secreted by the parathyroid gland. Here the paratha hormone that increase the mobilization of calcium from the bone to the extracellular fluid. That means when the blood calcium level is decreased, so this paratha hormone stimulated, then secrete the parathyroid hormone stimulated, then the paratha hormone is secreted. This hormone that increase the absorption of a calcium from the gastrointestinal tract. It is also increase the reabsorption of calcium from the renal tubules. It increase the osteoclastic activity and the bone resorption. That means mobilization of calcium from the bones to there is plasma or blood, thereby it maintain the normal range of the calcium in the plasma. Another hormone is 125 dihydroxycholecalciferol, that is the activated form of the vitamin D, which is also responsible for the calcium metabolism. That is here in the presence of the vitamin D that increase the absorption of a calcium from the gastrointestinal tract, especially in the small intestine. Another hormone influence the calcium metabolism, that is the calcitonin. Calcitonin is a hormone that is secreted from the parafollicular cell, which is present in between the follicular cells of thyroid gland. So this effect of the calcitonin is opposite of the effect of the paratha hormones. Here, because paratha hormone that increase the resorption of bonds, but here it reduce the calcitonin that decrease the resorption of the bonds. That's why, because of this action of calcitonin, decrease the calcium level in the plasma. That means mobilization is not occur. Thereby, the entering of the calcium from the bone to the ECF is inhibited. Thereby, decrease the blood calcium level. That is the effect of the calcitonin. Now, apart from these hormone, that is the three hormone we discussed. That is the calcitonin. Second one is the 125 dihydroxy cholecalciferol or calciferol or calcitrol. Then that is the paratha hormones. Here the hormones like a growth hormone that increase the blood calcium level by increasing the intestinal absorption of the calcium. Another hormone is also that is affect the calcium metabolism. That is the glucocorticoids. That is a hormone. It decrease the blood calcium level by inhibiting the intestinal absorption or increasing the renal excretion of the calcium. By the renal excretion, increase the renal excretion, and by the increase, that is decrease the calcium absorption from the intestine, and these glucocorticoids that decrease the blood calcium level. In simple way, the hormone regulating calcium metabolism explained in this way. That means when decrease the calcium level, there are two mechanisms. The first mechanism is parathyroid gland gets stimulated, thereby paratha hormone is secreted. That cause the bone resorption. So the sufficient amount of calcium enter into the plasma, so maintain the normal level. Second mechanism is that is the kidney secrete the 125 dihydroxy cholecalciferol that increase the intestinal absorption of a calcium. So that's also result the maintain the normal calcium level in the plasma. So these are the two mechanisms activated when the blood calcium level is decreased. Second one is when the blood calcium level is high. In this case, the thyroid gland stimulated. So the parafollicular cells, there is the cells responsible for the secretion of the calcitonin. So the calcitonin is secreted from the parafollicular cells of the thyroid gland. This calcitonin decrease the resorption of bonds. So definitely that decrease the mobilization of calcium from bone to the plasma or the blood. So finally it maintain the blood calcium level in normal range.